Alrighty, told you we would do a part 2. Sharp Customs. We're rolling. We're going to show you this other airbrush, the Timbertech combo pack. We did last night. We did the, we did the skull. Threw in some flames. Just on a piece of, it's just plasterboard. It's sign board. Tonight we're gonna actually fire up this one, and I'm gonna pull it out of here. We do have the little exhaust fan running. It's running at about half capacity. I've got a rag stuck in it, but yeah, I gotta put my glasses on so I can see what the hell I'm doing here. We're gonna put the side cup feeder on. Just threads on. It does have some O-rings. Don't know if I need a pair of pliers or anything like that. Seems pretty tight. Seems pretty tight. We're gonna find out. I have the hose that we were using from the other one. Should just thread right on. There we go. We got brand new hoses. I just have to get some other fittings that plug into my manifold. The nipples. Yes, the nipples. The nipples. Let's plug this baby in. We have air. We have air. I say we load it up and we go for it. So I put a base coat. I wanted kind of a bright color, so I made this kind of yellowy, pukey looking color today. It's just base, and I gave this just a quick scuff, the plastic, because I noticed when I was just, all I had done with this other board was I cleaned it with some reducer, and I noticed it was, like it just so you can see it, it scratches really easy. Now I don't plan on keeping these. Remember, this is all about the airbrush. It's not about the board. It's not really about the picture. It's about the airbrush and how well the airbrush works. And I actually looked up Timbertech combo pack this morning. Oh my God, there's thousands of videos. They're new to me. They're new to me. I just wanted to try them out. For the price range, at $54 Canadian with all the stuff you get. And then I read the book because I was kind of curious to what tip and needle these actually are loaded with. So they're actually loaded with the 03. So they come with 02, 03, 05, which is give you a bigger spray pattern. But I say we put some paint in it. I start spraying this, and we see what happens. How about that? I've got some thinned out black here. Of course, it's thinned out automotive paint. Now that's something that concerns me, is when I put that lid on there, it seems to fit very nice. What I've got to see is, I got to see if it leaks. I don't see nothing coming out. It's amazing how that thing just sits on there. It just sits on there, That thing come off. It went on there. Just Bless me. Yes, I spilled some paint. Popping the lid off. Clean that off on this little piece of rag. Yeah, I spilled the paint trying to take it off, but it's amazing because it doesn't snap, but when I try and turn it, it's actually pretty tight. We're going to find out. We're going to find out what this is all about. That's what we're going to do. We're going to find out. We're going to airbrush some stuff. You know me, I always take the safety cap off. Put it right there so I don't lose it. I'm going to test on my paper first. You know, for an 03, I figured they would have been loaded with the 02. But apparently when I read the booklet, it says that they come preloaded with the, there's them, yeah, there's those typical, you know, dagger strokes. Seems okay. Paint seems fine. I say we just go for it, man. We got this evil. This is Stencil. I did this a while back, a couple years ago, as a template, you know, for a Harley Batwing. The guy didn't want it. Basically, the whole bike was painted in sunburnt Dodge orange, and then basically ghosted, like these, ghosted black flames all over the sunburnt orange on all the panels, the tanks, the saddlebags, the tour pack, and then he wanted a mural of this crazy looking devil, you know, on the Batwing up front below the windshield. And yeah, that's as far as I'm going to take that story, because he ended up getting somebody else to paint the, looked like the Wendy's girl on the Wendy's cup. That's all I'm going to say. That's what that's what it looked like. You know, you don't take sunburnt orange with all shaded, ghosted black flames and then put a mural up on the Batwing with color. You know, I did an awesome mural of this face. I also did a face with the curled horns, like goat horns. And I did two versions for the guy. You know, spent my own time, did two versions on his color. Everybody thought they looked just crazy wild. I preferred this face, a little more evil. But no, he ended up going with a club member, you know, that was just getting into airbrushing. And it was like, when I seen the finished product, I was like, oh, you gotta be, you know, you gotta be kidding me. You know, like he added color, had colors in it and stuff, and it's like, no, you don't add colors, man. It's all shading, you know, like, it's shading, like, anyhow, let's move on. Let's blast this sucker. Let's blast this sucker. This stencil is a pretty old stencil. I'm hoping it pans out. So basically, my stencils, what I've got here is, so I don't know if the camera can catch it, but what I've got is I've got cut lines. I don't cut the whole thing right out. I just do random, kind of random cut lines. And the idea behind doing the random cut lines is that it just gives me kind of a layout, I guess you could say. And that way you keep your, you keep your stencils together. You know, I have done stencils where I cut piece by piece by piece out. you know, as I use them. And these are, you know, these were done with a X-Acto number 11. And the issue with that is the more and more you use the stencil, the more and more paint kind of builds up in the stencil. More and more paint builds up in the stencil, and they become they kind of don't work as well. Some of the lines I can't even see. But what we can do is we can undo this tape. Hopefully it doesn't pull the orange paint off the plastic. And we can kind of hinge it, and we can kind of have a look. And I can see, like, all those lines that I sprayed, we got a whole lot of nothing. That's what we got. We got a whole lot of nothing. So what you can do, you know, what you can do is you could take your knife, and you can just lift these. Just tweak them. Just lift them a bit, just like that, and then spray them again. And I guarantee we got a decent line there. You know, we're gonna get some overspray in there, but that's kind of what we want. Now the eyes, of course, hopefully none of this stuff. Some, you know, if your stencil moves around a bit, it's not always a bad thing. Sometimes it gives it it emphasizes. I'm gonna just kind of fill in the eyes. All the stencils here. I got my paint mixed really thin. You know, I'm probably less than like a 1-to-1 or 50%. So I gotta kind of go back and forth because, you know, you don't want to put too much. You don't want to run the paint. I did thin it just a little extra. Just a little extra. I gotta do the teeth. We want this guy to look. I want this guy to look sinister. Now I'm not going to be able to probably do this whole picture. Like I say, it's all about the way this airbrush works. And right now I'm just, you know, I'm just blowing in paint on the lines and whatnot. Come back up, we'll define those eyes a little bit more. We want them to look sinister. That's what I call it. You know, we want this guy to look, you know, he's supposed to look evil. I gotta see if I can get my I'm gonna peel him back. Now, I'm not seeing much from the nose. Nose is a pretty good defining point. I could use a knife. These stencils, generally when I make these cut stencils like this, you know, I generally only use them a couple times. Like I say, the paint kind of fills in the lines. Now, as you can see, we don't have much there. we don't have much. There's enough there for me to, you know, kind of go by. You know, you can also you can poke the stencil from behind. You know, you can kind of push and prod the stencil. I don't really need much usually. Get this corner of the chin, can't see it. That's really all I really need is the some of the defining lines. I don't need it all, because I generally just go in and I you know, kind of airbrush it. So far, we don't have much on the, we don't have much information on the airbrush, and the reason being is because I'm just, you know, I'm just getting my, I'm just getting some defining lines down that I kind of want there. And then we'll go, and then we'll go, we'll start doing some crazy stuff. I do have this this printed piece. Kind of, I guess you could say it's kind of a reference photo. It's what I printed off the internet years ago. You know, a lot of this stuff I can just look at it, you know, and I can go, okay, well, you know, that's good enough. That's good enough. We're probably not going to finish this picture tonight, but you know, we got evil going. This is the part that we wanted to see. We wanted to see how good this airbrush works when I get into kind of the fill. You know, the teeth don't really mean too much. It's all about, you know, what can you do? What can you do with this airbrush? That's more or less what it's all about. And you know, with the airbrush, it's all about those subtle little details. And I know there was something there, something in the bridge of the nose. I can't see it on my I'm just gonna kind of make it up. How about that? I'm just gonna make it up. We'll see what happens. So I'm thinking I could have probably used a little finer, maybe the O2, because this thing, the whole on and off thing, I mean, it works good. It's working okay. It's working okay. It's not, Remember these pictures, like right now, yeah, it doesn't look like crap. But the more I work it, and like I say, we'll definitely not finish this picture. We'll definitely not finish this picture because it's a big picture. I mean, it's a small picture. It's a small picture, but it's a big picture at the same time. I'll do my best. I will do my best to do what I can. To make it crazy, how about that? I'll do my best to make it crazy. That's all I can say. The airbrush isn't working too bad. Some crazy stuff going on in that. Get some crazy stuff going on. And the board moving around certainly ain't helping. I like the line work with this airbrush isn't actually that bad. I guess stuff moving around. When stuff's moving around like that, it's not helping. But the line work, like I can get, you know, I get some pretty fine stuff going on. Get lots of dark shadows. Like I say, these pictures, man, these pictures go a long way. They go a long way. Try and go as fast as I can.
Do you prefer in the side feeder over the top feeders?
I am. I do love this because my finger is in its comfort zone on this one, most certainly. Oh yeah. My finger is definitely the difference between the other one that I did yesterday and this one. Oh, this, you know, this side feeder, with me being able to put my finger there like that, I'm in my comfort zone. That's all I can say. I am definitely in my comfort zone. Yeah, and you know, the line work and stuff is not actually that bad. You know, when you get into the really tight stuff, super tight, it gets a little tricky, no doubt about it. But I can fine line pretty good with this. I can fine line with it. You know, it's not, I'm gonna start bringing this, I'm gonna bring it to life a wee bit. How about that? Let's bring it to life. I'm not gonna, like I say, I'm not gonna get to the whole, you know, the whole picture, but I gotta do the best that I can do. Now this is just reference, like I've always said. It's just reference. You make the picture your, you know, your picture, because that's just how it works. One badass, sinister looking dude. I just can't pull some. Got some dirt under his nose, I see. Shadowing. Very subtle. Yeah, I'm working in the nose. Just trying to blend that, you know, just trying to make it mine. That's what I'm doing. Just trying to make it mine. You know, we get all this darkness up and around between the eyes. We get all this darkness in the, you know, kind of where stuff joins in the middle, where the eyes, you know, where the eyes kind of come together. And it's like, yeah, sometimes you lose your direction. You lose your direction of like, oh yeah, where do I want to go? And sometimes you just got to kind of make it up on your, as you go. That's all. This guy's got so much. This guy's got so much darkness. So much. I would love to finish the whole, you know, the whole picture, but I'm just gonna do some. I love the, this thing is doing some nice This thing is doing some nice line work, man. It's doing some nice line work. I say we, I'm gonna grab my flame card. You know me with the flames. I'm gonna fill this little area here first. It's all about blending. It's always about blending. Lots of darkness. Lots of darkness. There's not lots of bright sunshine in this guy's face. There's some highlights, you know. There's some definite highlights. I thought I would just do a different picture instead of the, you know, regular, you know, skeleton. I say we just blow some. Let's see what the flames look like on this. I'm going to go right into his face. Look at that. Don't want the paint. I smell paint a wee bit. I don't like that one. Let's switch to that one. I always got to remember when I'm carding with, you know, a piece of paper like this, I got to give the paper just a second, or I end up with these, you know, black spots. Yeah, I know that it's the stuff never looks like nothing, you know, when you first start it. But you know, we're gonna tag it off. How about that? I like to always add, like adding. Now we can make that one. That's kind of a neat one. We can make that one look like it goes behind the horn. Always do cool stuff with flames. Can you lap over? Heck yeah, man. Look at this. I can lap over. Look at that. We can lap over. You can put a flame over a flame. Not a problem. We can do. We can go through. Go through a flame. Take a flame. We can take a lick over a lick right through the face. See that? Make him look like he's right in there. So what do I think of this airbrush or the combo kit? So far, I do like this one. I can honestly say. I like this one over the other one purely because it works for my finger. It works for my finger, and yeah. So, you know, we do some, I like doing this stuff, you know, just, you know, how long these airbrushes will last, that's kind of an unforeseen thing. But the cool part is we've got, you know, we've got 3 more sets of needles, caps, and tips, you know, to burn through these. So if by chance, what I think is going on with this one, the tip is just kind of burned out. Got lots of spare parts to keep these things going, probably for, I don't airbrush that much, but this side cup feeder, oh, I'm telling you, I gotta stand up, because I gotta show you. I gotta show you something. Let's just flip this over. So if you're gonna be working, you know, instead of sitting the way I was sitting, if you're going to be standing working, you know, over top of something, there you go, look at it. Just tip the bucket back, or the bowl, tip it back, and now you can work. And I kind of like it. My fingers and stuff, they feel so comfortable with that, like that, especially this one up against it. My finger here on the trigger, you know, is in a nice place. Dagger strokes. There you go. Don't forget, people. Constantly practice. Always practicing those dagger strokes. Remember, that's my one go-to thing, is practice those dagger strokes. And the little, what I was doing there, the little swirls, you know, doing circles. Yep, always doing circles. Those are your 2 biggest practice methods. You know, refine it, get it down nice and get it down nice and tight. And this is an 03. 02, you could get a little finer. There we go. We'll get her down. We'll get her down. Yeah, she's starting to spot out a bit. But there you have it. Review on the old Timbertech cheapy combo kit. I personally myself, I actually airbrushed today. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna pull the wool over anybody's eyes, but oh, now there's something. Obviously this airbrush does not fit in my holder. It don't fit in my holder very good. I gotta put it in a little cockeyed, which is fine, you know, it's fine. But let's get rid of this, put this aside, my little, I did do a little practice today. Just, I wanted to get the feel for this guy's face. Yeah, I don't know which one's better. They're both pretty good. You know, this thing can be detailed all to, and basically I did this one with the airbrush that I used to do the skull also, and kind of wasn't really liking it at first. It's that trigger thing, man. My fingers just, you know, just kind of gets in the way. That's all. But there you have it. Shark Customs. Share, like, subscribe. That is your double shot. Hit me up with some comments. And peace. I'm out.